Good morning. Thank you for joining me and for learning about my language labs. My language labs are proven technology that Pearson Education offers to educators to use in their classrooms. It is proven that by using a My Language Lab in your classroom, your students will get better grades. Now, what I'd like to do is take a few moments and walk you through some of the many features of My Language Labs. First, let's go ahead and take a look at the home page, mylanguagelabs.com. The Pearson homepage has everything that you and your students need to get started. You can learn about the features, you can have support, and then also trainings and things like that for educators are all on here too. One of the first things that I want to point out to you is this Learn About tab, because there are a lot of features contained within My Language Labs, and I'm not going to be able to touch on all of them, but I do want to let you know that by going here, you can learn about all of the resources within My Language Labs that make it effective. Now, let's just take a real quick tour, and I will walk you through some of the highlights. There's a lot of features of My Language Lab, but if I was going to show you, a couple of things that would make this, the key application for your classroom, it would be the fact that you have all of these results in one place. Resources in one place. Now, based on our conversations and the things that your instructors have told me, your students really struggle with grammar, and you spend a lot of time in the classroom going over grammar. Within My Language Labs are English grammar readiness checks. So that way your students can have the time outside of class. So you may have some students that are at a different proficiency level than other students, and these grammar readiness checks are a great way to not hold up the students that maybe have a little bit higher level and make the students that don't have such a high level of knowledge feel bad. So the English grammar readiness checks are a great resource that the students can do on their own time but still be up to speed. The other thing is, because you do have a lot of sections and you all coordinate this, the fact that you can create a template course. So as the coordinator, you can go in and make sure that your instructors, your TAs, are all teaching from a common syllabus, and then have the assignments put on, and every semester you can copy that over rather than having to reinvent the wheel. But it's really nice because you can make sure that everybody is on the same page. Another thing is the personalized student feedback. With My Language Lab, learning a language is a process, and it's not something that comes easy to a lot of people. So this personalized student feedback is key, because it really helps students when you're not available, when you're not in the classroom, or if you're doing an online class, and it will walk them through. And what will happen is, on the machine graded activities, students are going to be given a feedback hint, and that's going to help them to figure out the correct answer. It's also going to encourage them to attempt or to try the activity again. Now, once they try it again, and if they still need additional help, then there's a need help feature, and that's going to bring the resources specifically to the student, so the student will have what they need to complete that activity. It could be a link in the e-text, it could be the activity topic, the grammar tutorial, all of those things that are contained right there within the exercise and the machine graded that they're doing. So each question becomes a true learning opportunity, and it's layered feedback, so the students will come prepared to class, and then you can have more communication in the classroom. Now, the main goal, as you've mentioned in your class, is to get the students speaking, the communication, and that's where these upload videos come into play, because Media Share allows students to record themselves and actually hear their communication, but then you can also give them feedback through Media Share. So those are just a few of the features of it. Now let's actually take a look at the lab in action. So what we're going to do is, let's go to the home page, and let's log in with the demo account. Now that we've logged in, this is the landing page or the home page for the Ariba book for MySpanishLab. And what you'll notice first of all when you log in is all of the resources everything's contained in one place. You have your calendar, you have any of your alert items, how the students are doing, if there's any past due, everything that you need to teach this course and to be aware of what's going on is right here. So just to kind of get you familiar with that, you also have the link to the e-text, the user guides, all of the resources are all right here on your home page. Again, there's about a 15-minute tour here that's a little bit more in depth. If you need to go through that on your own time after, feel free to take a look at that just for a refresher. But let's take a look at the assignment calendar, because this is really the meat of the program, and this is where everything is going to be contained. Everything is organized by chapter, so it's very easy to see what resources are available. And then to make an assignment real quickly, let's just take a look here. Chapter 1, all of the resources for Chapter 1, you've got your grammar readiness checks, you've got your actual e-text activities, the SAM activities, and then there's some additional things as well for the chapter. The panoramas, the media files. So there is a wealth of resources. Whether or not you choose to use it, don't be overwhelmed, a little bit at a time, but these are all things that your students will have access to. But let's just take, for example, the student activities manual. And let's just say that you want to assign the first exercise in that. Simply take and click on it, drag it over to the date that it's due. A clock will come up, and that immediately shows that that assignment has been done. That's how easy it is to make an assignment. And you can get the student perspective so that you can see what they see, and this is what their home page looks like. So it tells them if they've got something that's past due, if they need to work on something, and they also, right here is the clock. They can click on it to see what's due. There's no questioning that, you know, the dog ate the homework, they don't know what they need to do. It's all right there on the calendar. And then if it turns red, it's past due. It lets them know what's submitted. But they can click on the activity and they go right to it. It's as simple as that. So that's one of the key instructor resources, is how easy it is to navigate this and to make assignments. So you have all of your course materials, everything right in one place. And then the grades, the grade book is very easy to use. It's customizable. You can you know, have it set up however you want to, but then you get a lot of reports from it too. So this is really the only grade book that you're going to need for your course. A lot of other technologies don't allow language instructors to add columns to their grade book, but this is something that you can do, and you don't have to keep two separate grade books. So you can create as many custom columns as you need in one grade book. You can weigh the items and then finally calculate a final grade. There's no students enrolled in this course, so I don't have this to show you. However, in the tour it does kind of give you an example of what a populated grade book would look like. And then let's take a look finally at the e-text, because this is a great additional resource. Students have access to the e-text either on any mobile device that they would have, as well as you know, on their laptops, so they can access the resources wherever they are. But the e-book is exactly like the printed textbook. They can highlight within it, they can take notes, it's fully searchable, and then you can also use it in class if you want, you know, for the different activities to conduct those in the class. And you just search through it just like you would be flipping the page. And you can go to the two-page view and zoom out. So this just kind of gives you a quick look at the e-text, which students really like, having this interactive e-book available. So the vocabulary.
Un horario complicado.
Oye, Pedro, ¿qué materias tienes este semestre?
A ver.
So instead of reading the ebook and reading the textbook and trying to figure it out or assume how it's going to be, they can actually have the ebook speak to them, so they can hear the correct way to pronunciate the vocabulary. And again, it all goes back to your goal, which is communication. So I appreciate your time, and like I said, this is a quick overview. Hopefully it'll get you enticed to learn more about it, and I'm going to leave you with your own account information so that you can go back in and kind of play around with the system, see what you think about it, and then let's try to set up a date in the next couple of weeks where we can go in and do some more in-depth training. Thank you very much.